I gotta mulligan this. Keep this one. Put back the second push. Think of 3-1 split up favoring Despair over Golos. With the 4 tutors, you can have access to 1 copy. I mean, my sample size is really small. With Golos, it's pretty big with Invoke Despair. I think in our small sample size, Golos has felt better to cast than Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair is really good. I'm not denying that it is a very strong card of this archetype, but Golos has been, we've cast it like 3 times and it's been absurd every time. It's been very, very strong. Mastermind's Acquisition is completely unplayable in this deck and in any modern deck. I very strongly caution you from putting it anywhere. Dude, so much dredge. We do have a Bojuka Bog to get, but it's probably not going to be that big a deal. Dredge is just everywhere. Ugh. I should have taken the Imp. I should have taken Thug. Sorry. It's kind of tilted. Did black mana requirements improve a lot? Splash still possible? Like, Splash is possible, but like, every time someone suggests a Splash, it's like, let's play Sylvan Scrying, but you don't need Sylvan Scrying because you have 4-map for Profane Tutor. And it's like, I just like, I don't think that you want to Splash. Like, I haven't like heard a single suggestion for like, what we're splashing that like really sounds great to me, you know? Splash, yeah, people have been like, let's splash red for Ragavan and green for Goyf have been suggestions, and like, again, a huge part of this deck is that this deck is pretty resilient to creature removal, and like, just like splashing for once easy to remove creature just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we need them to not hit a Narcomoeba off this gaze, and then we get to get a Bojuka Bog and exile 3 Amalgams. If they hit a Narcomoeba here, we'll cry. They instead hit a Conflagrate and an Ox, and they are not ready for the Bog. They are not ready for the Bog at all. Golly, what the Bog has no business being this good. It has no business being this good. And we can even Karn for Nihil Spellbomb next turn because we've got 5 mana. Of course they draw Thrilling Discovery. Of course they draw Thrilling Discovery. Oh, they put it on top after the gaze. So they Creeping Chill, Goal. Oh my gosh. Pain. 2 goals. I missed the second one. So they do have an Ox of Agonis in the yard. I kind of think I'm just grabbing a Wurmcoil Engine. I can Nihil Spellbomb, but I think I'm losing if I Spellbomb. I guess they have used. Should I get a I could get a bridge. They're down a Conflagrate. They're only down 1 Creeping Chill. So if they attack me for 7, I go down to 9, and they can Creeping Chill me for lethal. Bridge seems good. If they had used even 1 more Creeping Chill, I'd be more into Bridge, I think. What happened last time I got Wurmcoil? Yeah, but they're down 3 Amalgams, so I don't know that they can beat the Wurmcoil. Yeah, Bridge is also like really bad if we draw next turn. Why has Golos been good? Is it more getting your mana, or is it getting Cataract for activations? It's like both. It's the flexibility to like get you more mana if you have gas, and to be able to be activated on turn 5 if you don't have gas. It's also a big speed bump. Can also get you Bojuka Bog, Blast Zone, Castle Locthwain. It's very versatile card. Very just has felt great so far. Very synergistic in the deck. I'm trying out Salty, but I still play 1 Kitchen Finks for the image loop, or is the card too weak? I don't know. I think I'd probably start off with 1 Kitchen Finks, and like just kind of see if it feels too weak or not. But like it is a combo card. It just because this deck feel like it wants to be stacks but can't be due to cheap interaction. I mean, stacks is not good in modern. There's just like isn't the support for it, especially if you're not playing Blood Moon. You could play like I don't know. You could play Chalice instead, but like, does putting 4 Chalice of the Void in your deck make you a stack? Overall, playing this deck, you've gotten run over by Burn Scales, Aggro, Silliness, or has the deck been able to push through? I mean, sometimes you beat it, sometimes you don't. You're a big mana deck in Modern. You are going to get run over by aggro sometimes. This deck is probably better at fighting through aggro than most big mana decks are, right? Since you are able to play Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Inquisition, Bloodchief Thirst for cheap interaction. Did opponent kill themselves through dicking? They still have 4 cards in their library. I don't have any way to mill them. John the Contrarian, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate you. So they're ignoring the Karn because they do have 1 more Creeping Chill in the deck. I can get a Nihil Spellbomb to deal with the chill. Oh, I didn't realize they were getting 2 more creatures. Yeah, Dredges, I think, maybe somewhat popular. We also, like, we've got 4 Voidwalkers. We've got Karn for Nihil Spellbomb. We've got Bojuka Bog. In theory, we're okay against it. Oh, we don't have enough mana. Fuck. We're 1 short. So the bridge would not have been our out. So I play Wurmcoil, block here, go up to 9, and then I take 12. So I think my out here is grab Nihil Spellbomb, cycle Nihil Spellbomb, and then find Damnation off the draw. They can't dredge. They can dredge. Go. They have 4 cards in their library. They can dredge, and I die to it. Bridge plus Ballista would have done it. Well, no, I died to the Creeping Chill if I get Bridge plus Ballista. Alright, Profane Tutor, still not literally Demonic Tutor. Ballista on 3, block and shot 3 dudes. Ballista, block, ping, ping, ping. Then I take 6, I'm dead. I don't get to gain 6 if I do that. I also have the Cling to Dust. I mean, I have so much, so much graveyard hate. Yeah, we're also still dead to their chill. It shoots 3/1/1. Yeah, but we're still dead to, like, we're at 3 life. That's not enough. Right? Or you're saying Ballista plus... Well, we didn't have 9 mana to go Ballista plus Bridge all in 1 turn. And we're still dead to Creeping Chill if we take that line. Yeah, they're saying if we got Bridge plus Ballista over 2 turns. But it's also like, they can also choose to kill the Karn if I get Bridge. Yeah, that line doesn't work. I think. I guess I don't want Liliana at all, so maybe I will still play these pushes despite them being not that good. They're better with Voidwalker, I guess. I'll also just board in the 4th Golos. You could have given Ballista lifelink with Heliod. Yes, oops. Big mistake. So blue-white Thopter combo. I've kind of warmed up to Reality Chip if you're playing Stoneforge Mystic in these decks. I don't really like it that much in mono blue. I don't like these talismans so much. Yeah, I would play Moonsnare Prototype over like any number of talismans. I know that they're kind of hard on the mana, but they're a lot more powerful. And they're really good with Portable Holes and Esper Sentinels. I would play the full 4 Moonsnare. I know that it's like, it is kind of a fragile card. And I know that Talisman helping your mana is like pretty important, but the difference between a 1 mana mana rock and a 2 mana mana rock is huge. And like you can also make your mana better by not playing Cavern. Yeah, just playing like the 4th copy of Hallowed Fountainite is just something I usually want. I usually also only play 1 island, 1 plains, and I play like I don't even know that I'd play the Odawara. Just like I just kind of want to be playing like maybe like 3 Darkar Wastes over those cards just because your mana is so bad. Or like the full 4 Razortide Bridge, because your mana, you really just want as many dual lands as you can possibly play, I think. This hand can map for Bog. It's pretty slow though. Let's go to Mulligan. Don't have a Voidwalker. Do you have a Voidwalker and we have 2 lands? Must be a keep in our mono black deck, huh? Okay, this hand's a keep. I'm gonna put back 2 cards. I guess 1 map, 1 Profane Tutor. Profane Tutor here kind of seems better than map. I don't know. Yeah, we could put back both maps, but then we're not holding up the Cling to Dust on turn 2. Yeah, I'll put back the Karn, I think. Feels bad. But it's also mulled to 5. Yeah, so I think that I would like to see -2 Talisman, -2 Rebukes from the main deck, +4 Moonstare prototypes. I might even like to see the 4th Smith over the 1st Teferi in the main, and just kind of like focus on beating the combo decks post-board with like Flusterstorms and Ashioks. Yeah, I think you're just probably just playing generally too many fair cards in the sideboard. I think your sideboard needs to be more focused on the big mana combo matchups. But it's mulled to 4, thankfully for us. Yeah, like this Mystical Dispute's not a card I think you want. I think you need to be playing like 4 Flusterstorm, 4 Ashiok is probably where I'd start. And then I think you could fill out the deck with like a Lion Sash if you want, a Relic if you want. I think the Relic in the main deck is maybe correct to like a couple Dispatches maybe, but I think your sideboard needs to be really heavily slanted towards big mana combo control. Moonstare's been underwhelming the builds I play, but I might be doing something wrong. I think maybe your expectations are too high for it. Just like, but 1 mana Rock, even though it only taps for colorless, is pretty powerful. Channeling it with Urza is also like very big upside as well. How good is Cling vs Dredge? It's like okay. It's like you're pretty happy to have it early, so it can buy you time for the late game. Alright, Thrilling Discovery. I don't feel bad to lose this matchup when we have so much graveyard hate. They do get Amalgam, Narcomoeba. It's pretty bad for us. Cabal Coffers. Alright, let's just go ahead and grab an Urborg here. And then we can maybe just get Golos and cast Golos and get Bog next turn. Because we have Profane Tutor coming off. I don't need to... I guess I could exile the Otherworldly Gaze, but I'm okay if they like main phase flash it back. Or upkeep flash it back. Guess I could maybe hit the Grudge if they leave up mana for it. Now they have 2 Grudges. Alright, I'll just hit their Creeping Chill. So they are leaving up the Grudge. So am I still getting Golos? I don't have to get the Golos. Golos goes so much worse with the Grudge up there. I could just get a Voidwalker. I could grab an Archon of Cruelty or a Griselbrand and just hope to hardcast that next turn. Seems worse than finding some graveyard hate this turn, though. I have so much mana if I go for Golos, Bojuka Bog next turn, or this turn. Yeah, if they didn't have Ancient Grudge, it's easy Golos. I think I just get a Voidwalker. Yeah, no, yeah, like their graveyard's pretty weak to the Voidwalker right now. If they have an answer to it, they have an answer to it. And it is true, like, they still do have a 4-turn clock, but hopefully we'll just draw anything. Anything before that kills us. Golos getting Bog / Coffers. Yeah, again, like, I was really in for Golos if they didn't have the Grudge. The Grudge up. Is it Stinkweed up? Yeah. Alright, a lot of good draws here. Okay, that's actually not bad at all. We get to tick that up to 3. We are taking 5 damage this turn down to 7. Also kind of stops them from playing another Amalgam or Stinkweed up this turn. And we still have tons of great draws. Yeah, still a couple cards away from Cling. Can't afford to take 4 to draw a card, obviously. Just got our Voidwalker has to hold. Hardcast Creeping Chill, maybe. Maybe another Stick Up. You can get a flying blocker now. That's Imps in Exile. I mean, we can't afford to lose our Voidwalker. We lose the game if we just like sack the Voidwalker to cast a Stinkweed Up. Okay, we have not drawn a spell in a couple turns. There we go. It's a pretty good one. Obviously, not 100% sure what we're getting. Probably Walking Ballista. Do I just kill everything? I'd probably just kill the 1 toughness creatures. I don't think there's a big difference between being at 5 and being at 6. And I can kill them next turn with the Ballista. I think Ballista's better this turn. It's kind of close. But like they get to attack me with the flyers, and then I'm not just dead to a Creeping Chill, but I'm not like, you know, I'm going to 1. Maybe it's fine. So they're Exploit Dragon. We can't just suggest every Modern Legal black card. That card's not close to being playable in Modern. I'm sure it'll be very fun, like all the other fun suggestions. And I know I have to be the boring streamer who says, well, that card is like not even close. Yeah, but you can make it easier on me without suggesting every Modern Legal 5-drop. It's not an artifact, is it? No. Alright, they've got the Grudge. Well, I guess I'll just now kill the Imp. Should have done it sooner then. I think we're getting Creeping Chilled here. So now it's kind of interesting. I think we probably actually have to cast the Creeping Chill off the Voidwalker to just not die to another... Okay, well now this decision becomes like very easy. I've become the very thing I swore to destroy. A hardcast Creeping Chiller. Oh, I could have actually Cling to Dusted away my Ballista and got Ballista again and killed them. Missed the line. It's fine. This line is also very good, I think. So getting him 3 on the draw. We have a lot of graveyard hate. We didn't have to mold a 5 to like a kind of mediocre hand that game, but I feel like our matchup is probably fine. Our Archon and Griselbrand and like our late game is pretty good against them too. Ad nauseam's playable Modern, yeah. Another playable Modern 5-drop, huh? Oh, Leslie, it didn't go that well. We started off really hot, then flooded out a bunch. Board in the Spellbomb. I think I'd like to keep it as a Karn target. It's like we have plenty of other graveyard hate in the main deck. It's a pretty important Karn target, right? Okay, so here we have Cling to Dust, and we have Expedition Map for Bojuka Bog. This is weaker, I think, than having just a Voidwalker. So I think with Ford Voidwalker, I think I should just mulligan. We could keep this. We could keep this on 5 or on 6. I'm gonna go to 5. All right, Voidwalker 2 lands. Voidwalker 2 lands is 3-card hand. Damn it! Why can't I just? This has happened so much lately. I play against Dredge. I just can't draw my graveyard hate spells when I'm mulligan for them. I just like actually can't draw them. I mean, I drew him here, but I just like have to mold a 3. I had to mold a 1 for Voidwalker the other day against Oops. Yeah, just keep the 7, huh? We don't keep the 7. Well, like I feel like with 4 Dauthi Voidwalkers in my deck, I feel like the average 6-card hand is better than that 7. Is what I said when I mulliganed the 7, and like it isn't a difference. You know, it isn't like, oh, Spike, you mulled the 3. You should have kept the 7. And we just don't have that luxury, right? Ugh. This can maybe find us a bog, but it's kind of slow. But like I really feel like a deck with 4 Voidwalkers, like the 2 Fatal Pushes aren't that good. The Cling to Dust isn't great. Just kind of feel like the average 6 was better there. And then like also like a 4 or 5 card hand with the 2 lands and a Voidwalker are all probably better than that 7 too. Maybe not against the Thoughtseize. Why not multi 2? I mean, I think with the Voidwalker and a land in hand, this was probably better. Dude, we're just getting 1-for-1 out of the game by the Dredge deck. Maybe they just kept all interaction, huh? We mulled a 3. And as soon as we mulled a 3, chat's like, oh, we should have kept a 7. I didn't see anybody saying, maybe they obviously, like, it was pretty fast, but nobody was like, I think we should keep the 7 before we mulled the 3. It is kind of a problem though that they have, like, Living In can bring in Leyline of Sanctity against you, so maybe you should play Soul Guide Lantern in the board. But I think it's worse against Murktide, and I also don't. I think you could try to find room for a second piece of Graveyard Hate, but it's not easy to do so. Dude, everybody's playing these Grief Ephemerate decks. So I have to take the push here, right? I probably would take a map push, right? Can't imagine the Thoughtseize is that good against them. Wait, they left me with push? Weird. They just have Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, so 3 for 3. What did they pitch? Persist, right? Yeah. No second land. Let's, I don't think Urborg is that likely to help them with their mana, but we might as well not play it this turn. Find the second land. No Stoneforge Mystic. Why don't they take the Thoughtseize? What was good in their hand? What on earth is... their hand is so weak, why would they take the Thoughtseize? I guess we'll find out now. Yeah, maybe it's fine to, like, take Thoughtseize push, but, like, leaving me with push was definitely a big punt. Wait, hold on. They missed their second land drop. They missed their second land drop. Their hand is all lay-ins. How is I just oh, man. Yeah, I sold the Pascal Maynard red black deck. I like the list. I've seen other people play it too. I'm not sure if that's his brew or not. Not that, you know, anybody owns a deck. Yeah, I mean, obviously just making it. It can be easy to click through your turn. We've all done it. I think I grabbed the Golos. Punished for playing the Bog. I think I'll just try to use my mana this turn. Play the Ballista on 2. Pascal just made a bunch of improvements to the archetype. Yeah, it sounds like what Pascal does. Not Torpor. Well, I've got Archon of Cruelty and Golos in my hand, so I don't think I want to go for Torpor Orb here. Okay, I guess we're going to go for the Archon this turn. Maybe I should still go for Golos. Yeah, I can go for Golos plus Ballista activation. We'll just have millions and millions of mana next turn. Yeah, I don't have a Dark Soul. You can get Citadel if you have Citadel, we just don't have it. No Cataracts? I mean, so usually you get Cataracts when you don't have gas, but like... we have nothing but things to use our mana on, so I think second Coffers is the play. Opponent's playing it out. Like, we found our Cataracts. I'll activate Golos. Only one thing to name here. Only one thing to name here. You are already dead. So it's important here in games like this where you're super far ahead of your opponent, you can't ever lose, to inflict as much psychic damage as you possibly can against your opponent. The goal is to just inflict maximum psychic damage. And that way that'll carry over into game 2. It's crazy how flooded my opponent got. Wait, oh, they're just playing Ephemerate Reanimator, I see. I thought they were playing like the, I don't know, I don't know why I didn't think they were playing that deck. We just play, I guess we can kill them with Ballista this turn. Oh no, I let the Ballista get exiled. Oh, sorry, the Ballista's exiled, so I don't need to... I was thinking I could Cling to Dust away the Ballista, get it back with Karn, but I could just get it with the Karn because it's solituded. Alright, another matchup for the Voidwalkers. I'm going to cut the Fatal Pushes. Yeah, probably just a Fatal Push for Voidwalker. So we're playing. We can keep the Bloodchief Thirst in. Could have animated the Nihil. We could have won in any number of ways. I was just honestly taking actions till my opponent conceded. Questing Bathing with the 5 months. Appreciate you. Just trying to inflict maximum psychic damage. Killager with the 2-pack. Is that for a deck tech? Deck tech, I'm getting kind of stuck. Alright, let's see if we can get you unstuck. Inverter, okay. Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. I'm assuming this is where you got the idea. So earlier chats. It's kind of I like to get it to spend some time working on this too, because I was kind of intrigued by this idea as well. Okay, so I probably just need to bog them this turn so I don't lose to persist. I don't think I love the Profane Tutors. They're okay, though. I think I would probably not play the Profane Tutors. Yeah, I would play 4 Thoughtseizes, no Profane Tutors. And I would also play, I think, 4 Drown in the Locks, too. Maybe over... And maybe... I'm not sure. Maybe probably over a Borrower. And then, like, 2 of the Profane Tutors. And then maybe just be on 22 lands. 22 lands is probably correct. I think that's probably about what I envision. Okay, I'm going to play Cabal Coffers this turn, and the next turn I can, assuming I don't find anything better to do, oh, I'll see what happens here. But I could go get Urborg, suspend Profane Tutor. They did discard an Archon of Cruelty, so we may be a little boned. We'll see. Sideboard looks like a pretty good first draft. I'd probably like to see like second Ashiok. Might like to see Dress Down over EE. I like the third Murktide. I like the subtleties. I like the forces. I like the disputes. Oh my gosh. That Stony was so good. Alright. Game 3 on the play. Our main board Murktide is good. They're not... that's possible that you want to sideboard Murktide, yeah. Just like pivot into Murktide control. Or Chothic with 15 months, but I think 2 in the main are probably pretty good. It's really tempting to keep the Thoughtseize for the turn after I Voidwalker. That's bad against Grief Ephemerate on turn 1. It's bad against Solitude, so I think I should just Thoughtseize. Yeah, I like the 2 Murktide main 1 slide. I think that's a really good. Those are really good numbers. I think that you're probably in a good spot to just like play your first draft of the deck and, you know, see where it goes from there. Hey, yeah, good luck, Killagerm. Was I really just supposed to find out all access to from Spike's chat? Well, we've been talking about it, yeah. For those of you who don't know, for like it just started yesterday. If you buy this Mythic Event token in the Magic Online store for like the next 13 days, you will have access to, you know, it's a Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka, whatever you want to play on Magic Online for like the next 13 days. And you can also get entry into some tournaments. A lot of PTQs to play into, a lot of super qualifiers, a lot of stuff going on. A lot of ins and outs. His card holder pretty freaked out. Well, these things only last for 13 days. So, these things only last for 13 days. So, like, they're not gonna be a permanent thing. So, like, the rental services I don't think mind that much. Yeah, but all you have to do is go here, buy this token, and then you have a God account. You still have to pay for entry into tournaments and stuff, but you know that's fine, right? I'm going to Cling to Dust end of turn so that I can untap and Invoke Despair. Yeah. I agree. I think these tokens are probably good for rental services in the long run. I'm not sure, I guess, but like these tokens always bring more people to Magic Online. Like they get people into the clients, and then that's good for rental services in the long run. And like nobody's canceling their plan, or like maybe some people will put their plan on pause for a couple days or something. But okay, not sure what their last card is. I do have enough mana to escape the Cling to Dust if their last card is like a way to get Archon in the yard, but I'm not sure what that could even be. Discard the map against the Stony. Oh, it's just another Stony. Okay, I'm just gonna pass. I don't think I want to cling anything right now. Can you enter events? Yeah, you need 2 tokens to enter some events, and then I believe that one token does allow you to enter other events. I'm not actually 100% sure on the details. But, you know, those of you entering events, playing Magic Online for the first time, hope you have a good time. You know, if there's ever a time to just get to jump in and start playing what you want, this is always the time to do it. Okay, they did discard an Archon of Cruelty. So if they find a Persist off the top, I guess we can sack Liliana. I'm gonna draw 7. Okay, they've got Stony Silence in play, so okay, they just concede. Playing against an 80 card deck, which is I really want to playtest more against the Yorion deck. I just haven't been playing against it much. So hopefully that's what this is. Oh, it's obviously a Yorion deck, but Omnath specifically. So yeah, Delirium Shadow is like, you know, with Dragon Rage's Channeler. Like it's like usually in my experience, like you don't really want to play Street Wraith and Bauble together in these decks. So like there is some there is some tension. Okay, opponent's just on some nonsense, which is fine. But no good testing for us. Yeah, there's a link. Again, one more time, to get a God account for $25. Only for 13 days. This is not permanent. For 13 days, go to the Magic Online, buy this Mythic Event token. Okay. Let me just not play the map this turn and walk into another ending. Karn's probably pretty good against them. Also, weird to see a Hallowed Fountain in the Cookbook deck. They discard Shadow Spear. Gonna Emery? They are gonna Emery. I don't have Revolt for push this turn. If I had played the map, I would have had it. That's okay. They can get an Emery activation. Yeah, they also give you all the arts, which is pretty cool. This Karn seems not too bad, huh? Alright, found a second mana source. See if they can beat the Karn. I think they need to make it $30 a month and all the time. I think that would be great. I think if they did that, it might kill Arena. So I don't think they'll ever do it. But I would be. I think obviously all of us would love that, right? Yeah. Oh no. It's funny. Arena, come back. Okay. I don't really know what's going on. I think I'm gonna cut the Cling. No, Cling's okay against Emery. I'll just resubmit. Yeah. There's a lot to like about Arena. There's a lot to like about Arena, but it's just like, it is like really funny timing. It is really funny timing to be like, when Arena just had this big drama where they had this stream dedicated to talking about the economy, and they have a deal where it's $50 for 8 wild cards. And like, these are cards that you do get to keep in your collection, right? Unlike this all access pass, which is only 13 days. But you know, $25 for literally every card on the client for 13 days is just, it's actually a really good deal. Like, $50 for 16. Yes, yeah, I thought it was less than that, but I mean, I don't really know what how much a wild card is worth. But yeah, like honestly, like if they made it like $50 a month for this rental service, like obviously like it would kill Mana Trader's Card Hoarder, but I do think like Magic, like it, you know, $50 a month for every card on the clients. I bet it also like kills Magic Online's economy. Who knows? But people would be all about it. People would be on board. So I guess what I'm kind of rambling and trying to say. Is 13 days an arbitrary number? Well, it coincides with some convention, I think. Not 100% sure, actually. Yeah, I'm okay if they get rid of my Expedition map with a Prismatic Ending or Portable Hole, since I just have Cabal Coffers Urborg and I have Profane Tutor. How was the Jund run today? We only played one league. We went 3-2. We started off 3-0, lost our last 2 rounds to Glimpse Combo and then Dredge, I think. I think those are the 2 losses. And then like we started another league. We had a great opening hand, but then we were just kind of like theory crafting this Golos mono blacklist, and I'm like, this just sounds too fun. And Golos has been great so far. What is a wild card? Yeah, wild cards on Arena, they can be, you can redeem them for any card of the associated rarity. So there's uncommon, common, rare, mythic, rare wild cards. I guess we'll just bog them. Please note Teferi. Yeah, I mean, Karn's gonna be pretty good against them anyways. Do you have a current tryhard deck, like a deck when I play when I want to win? Well, I mean, I've just kind of been in brew mode for a long time, but the Jund Saga deck I've been playing, I'm currently 16-4 with it. Been pretty impressed by it so far. So I guess if I had to pick a tryhard deck, that would probably be it. Yeah, we do have a Cascading Cataracts to actually be able to activate Golos. I also think I'm tutoring for Golos here, by the way. That's another thing I've noticed so far is I'm really actively tutoring for the card. Oh, don't name Karn. Yikes. Does that change? What does that change? I can answer that with Blast Zone, so I could get Golos and tutor Blast Zone. So I work with this deck. With this version, we are I don't know. Not very good actually, but like overall with mono black we do have a really solid record, and the deck has felt strong so far. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure what our record is with this exact 75. Not great. I think it's like 1-2 drop into now 1-1. Okay. I could also just get Blast Zone. How can I get Golos? I've got Profane Tutor coming off suspend. But getting Golos this turn, I mean, I'm taking so much damage off the constructs. Could just get Damnation. I should have paid if I was getting Damnation. So if I Golos, I might be taking like 12, and then like I Blast Zone, shrink the constructs, but I might be like dying. No, don't ever play Yorion in this deck. You're goofy. There's nothing to flicker. You have to splash a color. I'm gonna try it. Yorion of Cataracts. I guess. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but it's also like you could also flicker Golos, but this is also like a super synergistic base deck, right? Like you really need to get simple Cabal Coffers or Borg as consistently as possible. And just I don't know, this is like a goofy suggestion for Yorion. Although every deck we ever end up playing always turns into Spike. What if we play Yorion? Without fail. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Blowing up the needle strings constructs. The problem is like losing my land drop if I play the Blast Zone last turn, or I just don't have a good follow up. Oh no, that's bad. So I'm taking 12 down to 3, and then I'm dying if I just pop the Blast Zone. So I need to draw Fatal Push or Bloodchief's Thirst. Yeah. Good game 3. I do feel like this matchup's pretty good. Can we get a Friction Obliterator Arena combo deck list eventually? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how hard it could possibly be to build. It's like you play Obliterator over Karn, and then you slap an Arena in there probably as the 25th land, and then it's going to be worse, but really fun. But yeah, I would just play Obliterator over Karn, play one Arena as the 25th land, and go nuts. Alright, go to 5. I think I'll put back Bojuka Bog. Karn? Karn is really good against them, but they did Needle Karn really aggressively, and then the Golos is just like always so good to cast on turn 4. Yeah, then we can now just like leave them with the Needle if we want to. Take the Cookbook. Maybe we still want something from Needling Karn, but we can get Blast Zone also to deal with the Needle. Cauldron Familiar is kind of weird in the Yorion deck too. We do need to draw 1 land at some point. That counts. So we'll just wait to see if they like discard my Golos. I should just grab a Cabal Coffers, right? I think there's a chance like maybe if I like want a Blast Zone, I get Blast Zone with this, and then I get Cataracts off the other one, but I think I just get another Coffers. Do you have to hope that they can't deal with the Golos? Okay, we can beat an Urza. They do get to Yorion it next turn, but that's a pretty good draw. I think I should play this. I think I have enough mana to kick Bloodchief's Thirst and activate Golos. It's at least going to be close. Might be a little short. Yeah, one short. Oh no, exactly enough. Dude, I love Profane Tutor and Golos. So sick. I could get another Golos and just Damnation. That's probably not very good. I think I'll get Griselbrand, Archon Cruelty. Just kick. Yeah, it's really satisfying. It's not like, you know, obviously like casting most spells off Golos is pretty good, but it's obviously like really cool. Profane Tutor. I don't know, like, I feel like Golos has been amazing every time we've cast it, you know? Like, like, we played a lot of the mono black version with Invoke Despair, and Invoke Despair was good for sure, but, like, golly, Golos has felt incredibly good. I think, like, one Invoke Despair is, I still think, probably worth it as a tutor target. Maybe not, but maybe yes. Good hand. So I think for the time being, I do like the split, but it is a conversation. Finally win a die roll against the Ragavan deck. We have been beating the Ragavan decks, but we just keep losing the die rolls. Have we spin to win? Yeah, we've activated Golos a bunch. We actually just activated it. It hit 2 Profane Tutors and cast both. It was awesome. Is Blood Moon beatable? Yeah, like that's kind of like one nice thing about this deck compared to like Titan and Tron is like you're actually just better against Blood Moon. You have a lot of swamps. You have a lot of way to fetch for swamps. And your curve is lower, so you just start casting your spells. Obviously, not every hand is gonna beat Blood Moon, and Blood Moon's not bad against you, but it is beatable, yeah. Okay, let's I think just jam a Liliana. It's gonna get countered, but that's fine. And then our Profane Tutor is just grabbing us another Cabal Coffers, I think. Invoke us against Moon. Yeah, that is definitely true. Invoke Despair was one of the cards that was good against Blood Moon. Yeah, Invoke is definitely good. We still have one copy in the deck, but I have liked this change so far. Wait, does the Torment command increase the X value of the command every time? No way. Who set that up? That's so good. Was it you, Horsuit? Dude, that's some good modding right there. Good job. That is some good modding. Oh, man. It's like the best modding I've ever seen. I actually got to meet Horsuit in person at the NRG. It's pretty cool. Oh, man. We do get to tutor for a swamp here and play a Karn. How did they tank? Oh, they said the internet's going crazy. I was like, yeah, how are you tanking on the Blood Moon that long? But they were just struggling. I think we can try to resolve Karn here. And Bridge seems okay. I think I'm actually grabbing Golos. Golos is gonna give me my second swamp. I know we need another land for it, but it's pretty likely to resolve. Could maybe have Thoughtseize the Murktide, but still have to have second Murktide. I can also just grab Bridge if their whole turn is Murktide, if they don't have a burn spell. And his Iteration, Murktide, mystery cards. Unfortunately, one of the mystery cards is a burn spell. So basic swamp is probably our best draw. I'll just play an Edict with Liliana. Okay, did draw the land for the Golos. And if they don't have an island, now that they've cast the Iteration, like it's going to be pretty tough for them to counter the Liliana, but they may just find a creature to put it into play to sack to the Edict instead. Hopefully this is just heat. Okay, yeah, perfect. Oh, then they found an island? Oh, come on. Maybe we'll find a swamp and get to Thoughtseize. No swamp. I think it's just too likely they have a counterspell, so I'm going to Inquisition, and then I think I'm going to gain life with my Golos. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to take the counterspell. Sorry, so gain life with the Cling to Dust. I said with the Golos. Gain life with the Cling to Dust. So now I'm not dead to the Bolt. I'm dead to a top deck Lightning Bolt. I'm dead to a top deck Murktide Regent. I lose to top deck Channeler. Don't lose to top deck Bauble. I think Blue-Red Murktide is better with Moons mana without. I don't think main deck Moons is the way to go, just because the Omnath deck is so resilient to the Moons, and you're actually like good against Tron and Titan usually. Is my usual evaluation. But I think main deck Moons is fine. Like I don't think that's it's an egregiously bad way to build the deck. So they still have the bolts. Dead to Ragavan. Dang it. Yeah, I think Davriel is probably your budget Liliana replacement. So I've been just resubmitting. I think I might cut the Griselbrand for the 4th Golos though. Should have taken the bolt. I don't think so, right? I had to take the counterspell. Yeah, Liliana is much better than Davriel, but like that's probably the card I recommend replacing it. Does this deck ever want Sudden Edict? I don't think you want Sudden Edict, but like that card's good against like exactly Murktide. It's like it's okay against Shadow. It's maybe okay against Titan, but I mean, maybe not because of their Grazers. Is Voidwalker good on the play? I just think I think it's just too fragile to their removal. And we also don't like have any particularly weak cards in this deck, in this matchup either. We've been beating the Murktide matchup pretty consistently so far. Do you like playing with reduced sideboard? Does it bother me? I mean, doesn't like I feel like as long as I have a plan for each matchup, I'm usually okay. Like which we do with this deck, I think. I think we're supposed to keep this. Just the upside is just way too high. And we have cheap interaction too to buy us some time. Is it possible this deck wants to play Night's Whisper? I don't think you want. I think Profane Tutor fills that role a lot better because the draw step was Bauble. Love to draw land. I should have specified. That one is completely my fault. Completely my fault on that one. Are they gonna petty theft my map? Counterspell, it's fine. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna identify that I really need them to not petty theft the map. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of slow. Come on, any non-Cabal Coffers land. Patience, patience, patience. Maybe we'll just naturally rip the Urborg. Karn is really, really important. You can build a deck with like Phyrexian Obliterator and have really fun. Obliterator is probably more expensive than Karn, anyways, though. Golos has been really good. I've really liked the Goloses so far. Okay, they can Murktide, but we can draw an Urborg and Damnation. Hopefully. Has to be exactly Urborg. I mean, we could also just draw a land to get the Urborg next turn, and then we have a lot of mana for next turn, potentially get it through. Okay, hopefully not one turn too late. Obviously, Blood Moon gets us really good here too. How much mana do we have? We're gonna have 5. Minus 2 plus 5, 8, 9 mana. Yeah, I know they probably have a counterspell, but I can bait the counterspell by Bloodchief's Thirsting Murktide and then following up with Damnation. Yeah, there's like, yeah, I think I have to do it this way. Okay. They have it, they didn't fall for the bait. I'll just fire off the Damnation then, just so I'm not to try not to die to bolts, but they definitely have a counter spell. I mean, this is a good outcome for us. This is a good outcome. Them somehow just not having counter magic. This is, I obviously like I would not mind having a Bloodchief's Thirst in my hand. See, man, thank you for the 8 months. Why aren't I playing everybody's pet card? I forgot to add them this time. Next time, I guess. So we're gonna play a 3/3 Murktide Regent. I was not expecting this to be the the way that turn played out. Now we have millions of mana. I can actually Golos effectively just costs 3 here because I put another land into play to count for the Cabal Coffers. So I have -2 + 6 up to 10, then -2 + 6 up to 14 + 1, 15. -3 if I cast the Golos. So I can play Golos, and I can Karn, I can Ballista, X = 4, kill the Murktide. Should be. I think I counted correctly. I get the Cataracts. 14 mana, yeah, or 12 mana, sorry. To get a 4/4 Ballista, kill the Murktide. Thank you in 4 months, appreciate you. No one remind me it's time for Prime sub again. Yeah, I wish they did. Got a notification. Urgent notification. Yeah, I don't know. This card just continues to just be like bananas every time we cast it. I think better than Invoke Despair. Obviously not exactly the same. Invoke will be better sometimes. Still have 1 as a tutor target. I really like also like this build gets to go up to 4 Profane Tutors. Mulligan, I think. Yeah, just like on the draw against Murktide, just a little too slow. Don't love this hand either. I do think on the draw I probably have to keep. Maybe I should keep Karn over one of the 5 drops, but Karn is just so bad on the draw here, to be honest. Thankfully they have Channeler and not Ragavan. I will go and lead on the Thoughtseize. I'm going to prioritize getting Swamps because we know they've got Blood Moon. And they've got Blood Moon in their hand. I could take the Blood Moon. That being said, I feel like maybe my hand is going to be okay against it. I could Golos for a 3rd Swamp and just need 1 more to Invoke Despair. I think I'll just take the Consider. Their hand's like a little awkward. Speaking of awkward. Our board definitely not great here. Yeah, I think I'll play the 2nd Swamp to maybe unincentivize them from Blood Mooning, because I still just prefer for it to not happen if I can help it. And pushing this is maybe worse against top decked Ragavan, but I think that like when my opponent's hand is like a little clunky, trying to deny Surveils seems worth it to me. So they are going to counter. Graveyard's the Murktide, but they're not going to Blood Moon this turn. Their hand is Heat, Blood Moon, Force of Negation. Attacks me for 1 down to 15. Love to draw something to do this turn. That qualifies. Yeah, if they just slam Blood Moon, they don't have double blue. Assuming they don't draw, I think they can just draw blue source. Yeah, so they're not even slamming it here. And now that is not only my 3rd Swamp, but it lets me use my mana to Cling to Dust this turn, which I'll use on the Spell Pierce, just so if they do draw Murktide, it's a bit smaller. If they force some negation to Cling to Dust, that is great for me. Great for them to just like use all their mana this turn on that. Wait, Command Tower is Modern Legal? No, it's not. No way, right? It is legal in Modern. Wait, it was what? It was in the Brawl decks? I didn't know the Brawl decks were Modern legal. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I don't want to run into the pitch cast Force of Negation. I think I just want to Golos, get a Swamp, and then kind of like force them to slam the Blood Moon. Corvold is in the Brawl deck? I didn't know that. I love Corvold though. Yeah, you should be able to use Command Tower with your companions then. that would be way too good. Way too good. I think. I guess they're just dual lands. Yeah, specific colored dual lands. So still not Blood Moon. They had his Force of Negation, mystery cards. Sorry, Force of Negation, Blood Moon, 2 mystery cards. Awesome. So maybe this lets me get through my Invoke Despair. Doesn't because they've got multiple counter spells. So I'll just take... I guess I'll take the 4s since like if they like the Blood Moon is kind of awkward with these cards anyways. And so if they counter this, then I'll play Invoke Despair. And if they don't, I'm going to Takenuma back at Golos, I think. It's a pretty good situation. Like if I kill the Channeler, their counter spells are a lot worse. I also only have 2 cards in my hand, so like their decision here is pretty tough, I think. Yeah, just gonna Takenuma in the turn. Takenuma Golos also reduces the cost of Takenuma. That's kind of funny. Okay, so they need to hit an untapped blue source here in order to hold up Counterspell. If it counts color identity, it'd be Gigant to be 5-color dual land. I guess that is true, yeah. For Command Tower. I guess that is true. Golos or Karn? I think it's still Golos. Also, fuel for the Cling to Dust. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to Cling to Dust this turn. I'll do it main phase. I really doubt they're going to counter this. If they counter it, I don't think I even really care. Yeah, we've got more mana than them, and their counter spells are still awkward with the Blood Moon in their hands. I think it's just okay to chill for a little bit. So hand is Blood Moon, counterspell, 3 mystery cards. Another non-basic island. Yeah, Fiery Island's also a bit weird in the Blood Moon build. Excuse me. Murktide usually plays Consider over Thought Scour. I think for the most part that's what I consider to be better, and I think that's widely considered to be the best way to build the deck. All right, I'll just go and trade Golos for Counterspell now. I think this is fun because I've got the Cling to Dust, so just like trading cards eventually, you know, nets me a card, right? So down their hand is Blood Moon, 3 unknowns. How many counters they've used? 1 Force of Negation, 1 Spell Pierce, 2 counter spells. Oh, there's Cabal Coffers on top. I mean, we're probably just happy Ragavan's only hitting a land because we have Urborg in play. And I think we're happy enough to suspend the Profane Tutor this turn. Hold up push for the Ragavan. Wait, are they playing Charm and Blood Moon in the main? It's kind of weird. Fine, I guess. Like 2-2-2 split or something. Casting Ragavan. I'm definitely going to push into turn. Weird to see them casting and not dashing with this much mana. Suspend comes down. Gonna slam a Golos, I guess. Very unlikely to resolve. But we just get to keep fighting through those counter spells. That's 3 counter spells used and 1 Archmage's Charm, 1 Force Negation, 1 Spell Pierce. Sex their Eyelet. 5 cards in hand. Second Ragavan. Not very good for us. Down to only 7 life. And Archon of Cruelty is out of the deck. So if they don't play the Blood Moon, their last card is definitely a counterspell. Because we know that their hand is Blood Moon Mystery card. They would just play the Blood Moon if they had it. So and now Ragavan. So I think I'm probably going to get Inquisition. Do I still have my second Inquisition in the deck? I could also get Cabal Coffers, and then I could go Bloodchief's Thirst. But then they still have the Discord spell in the hand, and then my Cabal Coffers is like not that good because they have Blood Moon in their hand. So now we get to invoke a little healthy amount of Despair, and then they've got Ragavan, Blood Moon, and we'll see if we can beat those. Notably, our Urborg definitely makes the Ragavan a lot better. They're probably not casting that one. Probably not casting that one. Moon finally comes down. We have 6 mana. This entering untapped is actually pretty nice. Let me plus, and then I would really like to. Maybe it was better to Cling to Dust actually than double Profane Tutor here. But like I don't like. Is it okay for me to be dead to Bolt so I can go double suspend Profane Tutor this turn, or do I need to Cling to Dust? I think I'll play around them just not top decking Bolt this turn. The Profane Tutors just get so much better if I do this turn. I only lose to Bolt also. IDK should have plus. I think it's good to plus there. Like plussing makes it easier for Liliana to get their Ragavan out of their hand. Like they just have to hold their card if we don't. It's also like we have the Edict effect in place, like the Liliana. Okay, so we know that the last card is just Ragavan. So let me go ahead and I can only escape Cling to Dust once. Yeah, so let me just gain life with it then. Because I should be with double tutor coming off next turn. I should be in really good shape. I guess if my Liliana dies, I can escape the Cling again. And now, they have enough treasures to, I guess, cast whatever they want. They can even cast Griselbrand. Not that I'm summoning it to the top of the top of my library. Or did I side out the Griselbrand? Oh, I sided out the Griselbrand. Awesome. Can we blast a monkey? There's a Blood Moon in play. Yeah, you're good. You're good. I think. Oh yeah, if they hit Invoke Despair, they win. Oh, I only have 1 Despair. I've already casted this game. Genius. Played against Ragavan perfectly here. If you think starting your turn with 1 0-mana Demonic Tutor was good, how about 2 0-mana Demonic Tutors? I think I like getting Karn Fatal Push. We only have 21 cards left in our library. Let's plus discard the map. See if they discard their Ragavan or not. They just drew a land for turn. And what's cool about Karn is it turns off these treasure tokens, so now they're like no longer that good on blue mana. And I'm just gonna go and grab a Wurmcoil Engine, I think. Yeah, not the best turn for Bolas' Citadel. Yeah, I could also get the Golos from Exile. But I think that the Wurmcoil is the pick here. Opponent's got a decision. Citadel's good against control and 4-color Armath usually. And sometimes you're just like, you know, sometimes in other matchups your life total is just high. Yeah, you have to sack 10 non-land permanents. You can't sack your lands to Citadel. Yeah, I'm not sure if my opponent's having more internet issues or if they have drawn something that is giving them a hard decision here. No, Needle does actually stop Besage You. It's a bit weird. Yeah, and that's actually incorrect. Needle does stop the abilities of cards in hand because it says card, not permanent. I know that it's confusing. Okay, I love this hand. I would not recommend putting Professor Onyx in your modern deck, no. Yeah, the moon was so awkward because you just only had one basic island. So, like, you never really had, like, a spot you could slam it, I feel, because your hand was also, like, counter spells. Like, you know, maybe it's, like I was saying that maybe, like, the issue there was that you were playing, Fiery Islet and Blood Moon. Like, maybe you need to play one more island. I'm personally, like, a big hater of Fiery Island and Murktide. I think that the card's, like, pretty bad. I think that, like, it you know, not being an island in your Blood Moon deck and, dealing you damage is more relevant than the situations where it draws you the card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm just pushing one of the two channelers. Playing Cataracts. So next turn we get Urborg, then we can Cabal Coffers, can cast a Golos. Just beat the Murktide matchup. We have been beating it. It seems pretty solid. But also, your top decks are really good. So, like, plussing Liliana, getting both players Hellbent is important. Killing the minus is important. Pressuring a big mana combo is important. Liliana is really important, I think. Love to draw another 1-mana removal spell. Just an Expedition map for Urborg and cast it. Not quite that lucky. I guess I should play just the Coffers this turn, not the Urborg, since if my opponent dashes Ragavan, then the Urborg is going to help them cast a spell for my deck. It's, like, super small, but, like, I don't really see a reason not to do it this way. But I say Golos version is so far the best version. Well, I would say that that's not what our record is necessarily reflected. But I will say, like, this version is not drastically different from the version with just 4 Invoke Despair. And I will say that Golos has been like, Invoke is good in the deck. Golos is great, is kind of my impression so far. Golos has been, like, has kind of blown away my expectations in this admittedly small sample size. It's even banned in Commander, so it must be pretty good, right? He's getting countered here. So it's bad, actually. Still no Delirium on the Channeler. 4 cards left in their hand. Second Golos in our hand. Playing a Murktide Regents. Hopefully not also with counter spells up, but kind of hard to expect that that's not what's happening here. Okay, they're gonna have a pretty hard time killing my Golos here. If they have 2 bolts, they have 2 bolts, I guess. If they have 3 bolts, they're dead. Don't get lost in the sauce with the tutors. Profane Tutor is your best option. I'm gonna map for Coffers first, just mana positive, which is relevant if I had, like, Profane Tutor off of the Golos. We did hit the Profane Tutor. I'm gonna start off with Damnation, see if they counter that. We're 1 mana short of finding Archon or Griselbrand. Okay, just resolves. So I think we just get another Golos. We'll See if it resolves. The Clean to Dust will at least give us a mana sink. Yeah, I don't know what their hand is. Maybe just all heats. Alright, let's just not lose to 3 bolts. I'll clean their graveyard. I could pay for Spell Pierce. You think after I did all that on turn 6 I can't also pay for Spell Pierce? You think I can't pay for Spell Pierce? I could pay for Spell Pierce, alright? I got plenty of mana. No, we had 4 coffers earlier. Yeah, it's doesn't seem that hard actually. I bet they have at least 1 heat. Yeah, the time for Torment of Hailfire is now, Spike. That gets Spell Pierce though. Golos has no business being this sick. Golly. We're gonna hardcast Griselbrand. Alright, they're just giving up. Well, let's show them the Griselbrand, huh? As a flex. Maybe it was just Archon actually. I guess it's better to... Oh, it would have been Archon first. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Golly. Turn 7, baby. It's crazy is like you actually have like so much more mana than Karn has. Or than Tron has in some games. Yeah, Golos has felt like better than like the 4 copies of Invoke Despair version. I think that I like this split of 3 Golos main, 1 side, 1 Invoke Despair main, because you can still Profane Tutor for Invoke Despair sometimes, and then you can Karn for Golos, and you can also bring the 4th Golos in to cuts for your dead sideboard cards. So I feel like it just does everything. No, we haven't cast Wurmcoil yet, unfortunately. I think one way that we know that Golos is nuts is we just keep Profane Tutoring for it, and it's like just the best thing to Profane Tutor for. Is Griselbrand needed? It's not needed, but I think it's been pretty good. I think that what I don't like about it in this matchup is it doesn't block Archon or it doesn't block Murktide effectively. It shump blocks Murktide, so I usually board it out against them, or sometimes, right? Keep this. Cascading Cataracts was your idea. Yeah. We obviously should have started with it as a tutor target. It just like, you know, it's one of those like the more I started to think about it, the more I started to like it, and the more it's also like the more you play with the deck, the more you understand like when a card like Golos would be good, right? Like, I just like wasn't capable of understanding Golos was good until like after I played a lot with the other versions. I think that's something that happens a decent amount to me at least. Yeah, I'll see if we can get Golos banned in Modern too. Because I've actually been in favor of the Golos ban this whole time. I'm just gonna take the counterspell. I've got 3 swamps. And like also yeah, they don't have any islands, so we're definitely take counterspell there. Yeah, we are running a Cataracts. I think it's pretty mandatory. People have also been saying play the World Tree too, but I think like obviously like, you know, there have been some spots where we could have theoretically double activated, but 1 activation a turn is enough to win. Yeah, I think if I was playing Murktide at the moment, I would not be playing any Blood Moons in my sideboard. I'd be on like maybe Subtlety for the big mana matchups. Yeah, the deck's evolving, Evan. Golos has been so surprisingly great. I've been really happy with it. Yeah, it's Blood Moon, mystery card now. Mystery card is a Misty Rainforest, so... Okay, so let's just get another swamp so we can Invoke Despair through the Blood Moon. Then suspend Profane Tutor. Why? So yeah, we have one Golos to the side as a Karn target. I think you could just main deck 4 Karns, but what's cool is like versatile sideboard cards like Golos are valuable, where you can just board it in when you have dead removal spells or another dead card. Very valuable in a Karn deck. And I do think the first copy of Invoke Despair is like nice to have access to in your. Well, they didn't play the Blood Moon, so I mean, I guess I'm just gonna play Cabal Coffers and kind of force them to Blood Moon me. The first copy of Invoke is good in the 4 of Profane Tutor deck. The fourth Profane Tutors felt really good too. I think the card just is pretty perfect in the deck. Oh yeah, that's true. Like yeah, World Tree doesn't work with coffers very well, exactly. Okay, so they must have a counterspell in their hand, right? They must have a counterspell in their hand. So we can just grab Inquisition of Kozilek. We did this earlier. Oh, did I already cast both Inquisitions, or here's one? So what happens if I play in Crack Map? Can I play Crack Map, get Cabal Coffers or Herb, or play Crack Map, 2 mana? Then I'll have 6 mana. Yeah, so I can play the map first. And then so they're gonna counter this, and then I guess I could just go. I could just actually take another 3 from the Channeler, let them Blood Moon, and then I can Invoke Despair, kill Channeler, kill Blood Moon. Then I've got Cataracts in play for Golos. They should have counterspelled for the Surveil, right? Gen Saga would fine. We were 3-0 into 3-2, losing to Glimpse and Dredge, both like fine matches to lose to. And then we decided to play this instead. Castle for the draw. I think I'd rather play this since it doesn't make me damage. Although the Castle is better against Unholy Heat. So they put a Canal into the graveyard, and now they are keeping a card on top of their library. So we'll see how dangerous that card is. We're definitely pretty ahead, but like exact Murktide Regent would be how they would get out of this, but that's no longer an out for them because we have Bloodchief's Thirst. Ragavan could be dangerous. And we could also just flood out, right? Okay, it must be a counterspell then. White Bog there? I don't know, like again, the getting Cataracts is bad against only exactly Unholy Heat off the top, right? That's literally the only card we get punished by getting the Cataracts. And that is the card that they had, but I feel like it was generally a pretty good decision here. Was a bit of Thirst first, so the Invoke dug deeper. I think the Invoke resolving Invoke's really important, so I can kill the Blood Moon, right? All right, they've definitely top decked really well. Got a lot of good draws here though. Maybe I was supposed to hold that. Dude, they're... I mean, they did just brainstorm, but golly, nothing but gas. 2 Thirst plus Invoke in that order. I think it's better to hold the Thirst. I see what you're saying. Just draw another card. Would 1 Black March be fine in the sideboard? I mean, the problem is, like, you're a Karn sideboard, so, like, you're a mono-black deck with a Karn sideboard, so you have an issue where you have a lot of dead removal spells and matchups. So I don't think that that's something you can really afford. The huge problem here is they've cast only 1 counterspell or 2 counterspells this game. So it's really unlikely they just don't have one. So we need to draw a threat. Maybe they'll just cast a Murktide. The aggro matchup seemed difficult. Yeah, I don't think you're super favored against aggro. Wait, we get to resolve whatever we want? Because they're just tapping out? I guess they could have Force of Negation, blue card, but I could get Archon of Cruelty. Archon's like a little risky. They sack the Jace, they go up to 9. Ooh. I could just get Golos and activate it and hope. I think I like Archon. They have cantrips, I got a ton of mana. Yeah, Golos is risky, but I don't think it's a bad choice. Okay, let's draw a card, exiling Bauble. The Cling is also like really good draw. We do have to theoretically draw something off of it ever. I guess I probably could have played my land first to make a little bit more mana. Maybe I just gain life here. I guess I do have enough to cling twice. I only have enough to cling one more time. Alright, I'll just gain life then. I'm leaving Golos in the graveyard for Takenuma. I think that's more relevant than leaving it for Karn. I don't think I'm getting Golos off Karn here. I guess again, I'll just leave the ability to sack Bloodstone on 1-up. Don't think getting it to 3 is that relevant. Just bog them. If I bog them, we grow the Murktide. Bog them for a second Murktide. Well, we grow it. We grow the first one, though. Right? Oh, we only grow it by 1. Okay, so now we can cling again. Grows by 2. Could have Karn for bridge. We could have, but then, like, I don't know. I feel like the Archon was pretty good. Oh, sorry. I thought it grew less. So I can cling to dust here to try to play around Lightning Bolt as the last card, which it absolutely could be. Yeah, I think that it does make sense for my opponent to try to just kill me with bolts right now. Although they could have, no, it's, sorry. If their last card is bolt, they misplayed, because they could have bolted me to kill me, even through the cling. So I should not play around bolts. Because usually if, like, the deciding factor is, I can play around this card, but if that is my opponent's last card they misplayed, I usually like to act as if my opponent's made the correct play, since that's going to be the best EV in the long run, playing its correct plays rather than misplays. Oh, and I still just targeted a Murktide. Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to do that. So embarrassing. I guess it doesn't really matter because now I can draw a card with Castle Locthwain, so it's kind of like the same number of outs. They don't have a counterspell. How in the world do they not have a counterspell here? Okay, so I've got 2 options here. I can... obviously, just getting Bridge is probably going to be the play. I can also get Golos. Yeah, it's just gotta be Bridge. Bridge. I'm even at 4 life now. Ballista? Oh, I didn't see the line. Sorry, miss chat. Miss lethal. Ha 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 ha. Miss lethal. It's always so hard to pivot. It's always so hard to pivot from the defensive deck to the aggro deck like that. That's always an issue I have. Do you think for the Twitch Prime, like when I'm just on the back foot for so long, I always have such an issue just pivoting to just kill them like this, you know? I don't know if that's something anybody relates to, but it is definitely something I do from time to time. So we did the 2 bolts, which is maybe not that hard for them to find here. How many bolts have they used? They've used 2. Okay, so maybe it is going to be kind of tough. So I can kill their Jace next turn, which, you know, obviously slows down their card selection plan. I think we might as well bog them this turn, too. I know we can get the Ballista now. They're not conceding, so they probably found a counterspell, which I'm not, you know, they got to dig really deep. So I guess I probably should have No, Blast on first doesn't do anything, because they get to keep the Channeler, obviously. We can Blister for like 4. I mean, it just doesn't matter. Oh, they had Dress Down on top. Shouldn't they have drawn into Dress Down and Dress Down? I know we lose the Karn like this, but it is worth it to get them off the Jace. And we also have a card in the graveyard. Oh, sorry, we have a card in our hand, so they can actually attack me with Channeler, and I'm dead to 1 bolt now. It's actually huge. By bogging, I'm dead to bolt. I'm dead to bolt either way. Oh, sorry. I turned off Delirium, so I'm dead. I see. Right. You're right. Okay. Well, we're dead to bolt anyways, so we should be able to Castle Locthwain. What a weird game. I know I haven't played all that well. So I can't exile the Ballista right now. I think I'm just getting Golos. I can't. No, I didn't have enough cards in my. No, I didn't have enough cards in my yard to escape clean. I'm aware that you can escape clean, for Golos, to Ballista there, but I don't have enough cards in my yard to do that. There's 1 short. But here, if I hit any spell, then I'm not short. Okay, I can get the Takenuma. I don't think I can kill them this turn. Yeah, I can just get the Takenuma later. Yeah, let's get Liliana of the Veil. Cast Liliana of the Veil. So forth, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate ya. Get Damnation so you don't die to Borrower. I still die to Borrow if they have Damnation. I'm prioritizing Clinging to Dust, so I'm not dead to Bolt. And then I can get Ballisted next turn off the Karn if I want to. I also got the Takenuma. Oh, so Damnation, Damnation, so I see now. I see what you're saying. I think that they don't have the Borrower in the hand, though, for whatever that's worth. But I see what you're saying. I think that I like the Liliana. Makes it hard for them to sandbag anything. I guess if they find the Borrower, they're not sandbagging it. They're just killing me. Yeah, Damnation was probably better. I think I can just get to replay the Golos anyways. Yeah. Surely they're not tanking on the Borrower here, are they? I don't think you would ever want to play Vesuva in this, no. So obviously we need to fight through some counter magic here. Let me just go and grab the Ballista first, I think. Like, being able to activate Golos twice in 1 turn just isn't, like, something you should care that much about. If you're activating Golos, you're ahead that game. We haven't lost a game where we've activated Golos yet, I think. Princess GG's. Yeah, I'm doing this first so I could play around a counter spell, but they don't have it. This game was super tough. I know I missed, like, that missing Lethal Ballista there is pretty bad. I do that a lot, though. I do that a lot where I'm just, like, I'm in defensive mode for, like, 15 turns, and then I just, like, mentally can't pivot to being in the aggressor, just then kill them in one go. But maybe I'll get better at that one day, huh? 4-1 this league, this deck felt very, very strong. Very strong. Golos definitely feels like the truth. I think we'll start off tomorrow playing like one or two more leagues of this. Oh, there's also possibly going to be a late start tomorrow because I've got some plans tonight that might go kind of late. I also want to thank our sponsor, NordVPN, for sponsoring the stream. You can use nordvpn.com/spike for a discount on a pretty nice plan. Protect your internet privacy and bypass geolocked content on like Netflix and Hulu and stuff. Thank you again to NordVPN, huh? And who are we rating today?